Hello again, everybody. Zach Attack is here with my WWE Raw review tonight for this Monday, April 2nd, 2018, from the Phillips Arena in Atlanta, GA. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Making corporate reference during the podcast tonight. Happy Easter, everyone. Happy Easter weekend. And then, of course, this Raw, a very important Raw. Not only was it opposing the NCAA College Championship game, which, as I am making this, Villanova is destroying U of M 70-52. With like 4.5 minutes left in the second half, looks like it's dead for Michigan. Lee's Blue made it all the way to this far, so congrats to U of M for that effort. Apparently that was another important wall, because this was the final wall before... Yeah! Wrestlemania. Cheesy song, but I like it. Wrestlemania album. Yep, it's officially Mania week, people. The build for most of Mania's match has been okay for the best part. But tonight's Raw, with it being the final Raw before Mania, and opposing the NCAA Championship game, and after a couple so-so Raws, including one in Detroit, Raw needed to deliver. When it comes to the hype for their matches at Mania, they did a decent job on building up for most of the big matches. And building up most of the participants in the Under the Giant and the Women's Battle Royals. And also, you had some matches in there. You had 5 matches overall in the 3-hour span, 2 which were really good, which were the first 2 matches of the evening. The rest of the matches were just there just to build people up for their matches at Mania. That's what the last 3 were there for. Well, one match wouldn't even know is happening, as a certain Ganman no answered again. I thought they were going to save a moment for a certain answer at Raw tonight. So, if they didn't pull the trigger at Rumble, Fastlane, Elimination Chamber, any of the last 4 Raws, is this match even happening? Or they're just going to save the build and the payoff at Mania itself? The story better not end the way it did tonight. If nothing culminates for what has happened the last 4 weeks, the build will be all for nothing. But before we get to my certain comments on that little situation, let's get rolling with our first segment of our Raw this evening, being the face-off between the Authority, Stephanie McMahon and Triple H, and of course Ronda Rousey and Kurt Angle, their opponents in the mixed tag match this Sunday at Wrestlemania. How ironic they had this face-off in Atlanta, and Kurt Angle didn't even mention it. This was the city where he won his gold medal. Anywho, Rousey the medalist too in judo. I think she was like a silver medal. I should have known. I read a book. So we had a little professional decorum for the most part for the early half of this little segment with Coach moderating this face-off with tables separating the two teams. As Coach was ready to read some questions that was submitted by the WWE Universe through social media. The fans are chanting Ronda Rousey. And then Triple H is like talking to Angle about his 3 eyes. At least they've been building up their rivalry from the past. In that vignette last week, they at least showed Triple H and Kurt's history, especially the feud in 2000. Their love triangle with Stephanie, when they were still storyline married, Stephanie and Triple H, before they got really married 15 years ago. So, he's like going down Kurt Angle's accomplishments, especially his 3 eyes: integrity, intelligence, and intensity. The first 2, intensity and integrity, all right, but you have no intelligence, Kurt, for you to make Ronda Rousey go the path she's going, and they were just going back and forth about Rousey choosing this path of defying authority. They fight authority. Authority always wins, unless it's Survivor Series 2014 when the Authority lost. It was gone for only a month and a half. Anywho, costing WWE millions of dollars, blah, 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 blah. and saying that Rousey is your big moment, Wrestlemania. It's too bad your Mania will end with a loss. Your first Mania will end with a loss, just like my husband did to Sting during his first Mania match. The man who cost us our jobs for a month and a half at Survivor Series 2014, which I just mentioned. I hope they don't do that again. You know what I mean? It sucks that a lot of great superstars, their first Mania, they lose. And that's not the right thing to build superstars in WWE Mania. Look what happened to AJ. He lost his first Mania match against Jericho. At least now he's up against Nakamura and he beat Shane last year. Same with Rusev. He hasn't even won a Mania match yet. His first Mania was against Cena and he lost. The Super Cena. And I'm going to mention Sting's first Mania match, and only Mania match, sadly, was against Triple H and he lost. So they better not do the same thing again. Rousey actually should win her first Mania match. And she had better mic skills, by the way. She had a little chance to shine a mic. She's still improving on that front. You know what I mean? Saying that she will make Stephanie tap out to the armbar and pull her arm out of socket. I think that will be the image. If Rousey and Angle win, will be Rousey making Stephanie tap out. They're getting the attention. Like Triple H and Angle, they had a little feud going on, culminates to this. I know a lot of people would love to see a singles match between these two guys. They've been building it, especially during Survivor Series. And there was a lot of speculation about these two facing off, but not in a mixed tag match. But then after the little squabbles, the little back and forth debacle, talk about how, well, even, I love Stephanie taking it, he's like saying, like, I accept losses better than you do. What do you do when you have a loss? She faded away for a whole year in UFC. As we all know, she came back to UFC and lost again. So, Coach was head of these questions from the universe. They were kind of like safe questions. Saying Angle, like, what's it like to team with Rousey? Like, how happy are you? And he's like, yeah, I'm teaming up with the baddest woman up. And he had that same answer twice. And even called her Rousey Wanda Rowdy. He messed up a little bit there, a little bunch from Kurt. But as Triple H and Stephanie got a question too about, like, how's it going to feel like teaming up together, you know, blah, blah, blah. And after the little questions, and of course the final thoughts, and I think this when Stephanie made that last comment. I love when Coach said we'll get into a professional decorum. We're not going to have, like, boxing or UFC when we have a stare down and things break down. We all knew it was going to happen. Saying, oh, this is WWE. We're more professional than all those other guys. We have shit like this, always something goes wrong when these kind of stare downs happen. So we had the 4 people in this match go off the tables and a little stare down. Stephanie and Rousey about to shake hand. I think Triple H shook Angle's hand with the photographers there. And then Rousey refused to shake Stephanie's hand. And then Triple H once again did another cheap shot. He nailed Kurt in the back of the head with the microphone. Another cheap shot. Rousey wasn't happy. Thrusted Triple H by the throat before she could do anything. Stephanie just side slammed Rousey through a table. One of the tables that was being used for this face-off. So there you go. Stephanie and Triple H stand tall in this segment, which could mean they're losing on Sunday. Finally, but, you know, egos aside. So, these are little segments, you know. Rousey needs to sell a little better, but hey, she's only been in the professional wrestling business for a while. You know, we really trained to become a professional wrestler after being in the MMA world. So, there's that. See how everything goes on this Sunday. There's even people saying it should be main event. I was going to say AJ Nakamura main event in my mind. Especially over Lesnar Roman too. The match wasn't bad at 31, to be honest. We talked a lot of shit about it happening again, but guess what? The first time it happened, it was actually not that bad of a match. Until Rollins came in with that excellent moment. Cashing in. That I called since Rumble 2015. But now on to our first match of the evening. 2 participants in the Women's Battle Royal. Bayley against Sonya Deville. They have a trophy for the Women's Battle Royal. Since this was a last-minute decision to change it from the Moolah Battle Royal after such a backlash over that name being used, with the reputation of Moolah tarnishing her in-ring accomplishments. And they have like a generic trophy. Now, they probably had a better design from Moolah before the name got dropped, so they probably had like a last-minute decision, make this last-minute trophy. It looks generic. But that's what happens when you change the name of the Battle Royal to a generic name within a few days of announcing it. So anyway, Bayley, who should be in a proper match against Sasha Banks, especially their awesome brawl last week backstage, trying to bust that off against Sonya. Good, decent match to kick off here. Good action, even with the numerous interferences and distractions from both Paige and especially Mandy Rose. I don't know if I've done this yet on the show. I'm talking about the Mandy Rose. Making fun of Yankee Rose or something. They didn't leave off. So you look good here. She had good moments against Bayley. Some good striking, some good moves. But then the Hugger came back alive, some big moves of her own, the big clotheslines, before surprising Sonya with a quick roll-up in the 1-2-3 victory for Bayley, getting some momentum heading towards the Under the Giant, the women's equivalent of the Under the Giant Battle Royal, because you have 2 Battle Royals now. So, good match. Like I said, Sonya looked pretty good here. Great efforts. You know, she's looking more confident in the ring. I think she's going to be the member of Absolution going to push the most. When Absolution eventually breaks up, Sonya will be the one that's going to push for a big singles run. Like, Mandy's no fluke either. She's no... I'm trying to think of the word. But I can't think of that word. She's no lout. She's no louch or something. That's it. So they'll probably push Mandy a lot, but since she is the more talented Eva Marie, but Sonya's probably getting a big push when they break up. And she had a great effort here against Bayley. She's had good effort. She had a good match against Sasha a few weeks ago. Now she has a good one with Bayley. But after the celebration, the triple team would begin. Specifically the double team led by Paige, sicking the dogs all over Bayley. And here comes her so-called best friend, Sasha Banks, to the rescue, taking out Absolution, before picking Bayley back up and have a little conversation in the ring. Sasha saying, "I saved you, raise my hand." And Bayley, sick of the ego of Sasha, after months of tension, shoved Sasha down, or should I say, took her down. The ball continued like it was last week, but then Absolution would get back in and beat them both up, laying them both out to end the segment. So, there you go there. You know, good effort from Sonya. Even though she lost the battle, she still walked out a segment standing tall, taking out both Sasha and Bayley, with their infighting continuing. Now on to the announcements concerning they announced the pre-show matches. There's a 2-hour pre-show. Like last year, the second hour of the pre-show will be on USA Network. The entire 2-hour pre-show will be on the network. Now, both Battle Royals are on the pre-show. Wow. Really? They're going to have one Battle Royal on the main show. They're going to have both on the pre-show. Really? 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 Battery Penanola won 79-62. Good effort for Michigan. So the game just ended. NCAA Championship game was watching as I was making this. And then the match that I've been joking about being on the pre-show or not. Sadly, I've called it, and I'm sadly right. The Cruiserweight title match is on the pre-show. Damn it, damn it, damn it! 205 Live is getting better now. You know, trying to put more effort into wrestling, and Triple H is running it now. The match has been amazing the last few weeks, giving him finally the CWC matches, style matches on the main roster. And once again, for the second year in a row, as I had sadly feared, the Cruiserweight title match is the fucking pre-show again. I was hoping it wasn't going to be the pre-show because I kept saying, Cruiserweight tournament will culminate at Wrestlemania. You mean the kickoff show, right? I was saying it was a joke. You know what I mean? But thinking that joke would actually come true. Out of fear that that joke would come true, I was hoping that joke would not come true. That the Cruiserweight title match will once again be relegated to the pre-show. Guess what? It fucking is. Hopefully this time it won't be relegated off the DVD like last year with Neville and Aries. I'm hearing Neville may be coming back, but there's more chances. The chances of Neville coming back are more slim than a Lions Super Bowl win. Anyway, OUMM NCAA Championship win. And they get a good effort. So go Blue still. State suck. Buckeye suck too. Anyway. So the Cruiserweight title is the pre-show match. And so all the two battle royals. Are they gonna rally again to make one of the matches the main show again? They should have had a petition to put the Cruiserweight title on the main show. Yet last year they had a petition for the SmackDown Women's title match. You know, that wasn't the pre-show. And then rallied to make it part of the main show. Too bad they only made it 5 minutes. So, I want a Cruiserweight title on the main show. Let's see if they change their minds, but it's not looking like it. I'm here to open the doors earlier so the stadium won't be freaking empty for these matches. So, there's that. Now, on to our next matchup. A rematch from 3 weeks ago. The two challengers in the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match as Seth Rollins would take on Finn Balor. Now, I saw their match in Detroit. The only good thing about that war in Detroit, it was so bad they're not coming back. It was that bad, people. You know, we didn't want to see promos all night. I know it's Wrestlemania, but we wanted action. We didn't get a lot of it in Detroit. And that was the only good thing about that war. Was these two. And then a good match. This match was way better. With Miz on commentary, there was a lot of questioning about his baby. His baby was born last week. Monroe Sky Mizanin. So there was a lot of moves that the baby was originally due on Mania week. So there was a lot of questions about whether or not Miz would make it to Mania or see his baby's birth. But baby came early, so he could make it to WrestleMania. And he was gonna like change on commentary. He was still a heel Miz, but it's kind of like more reflective and more appreciative about showing off to his daughter to win at Mania and applauding his challenges somewhat. And this is a really good match. Now, this is a better match, and like I said, better match than the Raw match. Isn't as good as the SummerSlam match? There was a little callback to the SummerSlam match. Rollins teased the buckle bomb again to Finn on the outside, the way he got injured 2 years ago. And ended his push, and now he's finally getting a push a year after he came back. Because after he came back, he was floundering for a bit, not immediately thrust into the Universal title picture, which is the right thing to do because Lesnar's the champion. We need to get that title off Lesnar, even if it has to go to Roman Reigns this Sunday. Anywho. These two just put on a good clip, back and forth action, exciting spots. It was a slow-going match to begin with, a little like arm drags early. It was a slow burn match, but once they got going, they got going. Both guys were going for the finishers. Seth was going for, he did the Falcon Arrow thing. And he also, both guys, like I said, they were teasing specifically. Finn did a coup de grace attempt a couple times. Seth was trying to do the stomp, the curb stomp. And during that exchange, both teasing the finishers, Balor did his big kicks before getting back in the ring and being prone to the connection of the curb stomp by Seth Rollins and the 1-2-3 victory for Seth Rollins. Now, Rollins pinned Finn tonight, and Finn beat Seth in Detroit. So they're kind of even, almost, even though Balor now has 2 wins over Seth. With the SummerSlam win and this one in the win in Detroit. Now Seth beat Finn tonight. Miz standing tall on the commentator's table. So really good match between these two guys. And the Miz in. And this could be a good show stealer. There's a lot of good matches to me. There's this one. There's AJ Nakamura. There's Usos, New Day, and Bludgeon Brothers. There's the U.S. title match. It's now Fatal 4-Way. They added Rusev to the match. Yes! So I'm going to add in Rusev. Because I saw on SmackDown, that tag match, I was like, I have a feeling that Rusev's going to pin Orton and make himself a member of the Fatal 4-Way because he pinned the U.S. champion. Called it. So happy Rusev's not in the Battle Royal. I thought he would be. And I thought he would win it. Now it's like, who the hell's going to win the Under the Giant Battle Royal? An NXT call up? Maybe Johnny Gargano? Who knows? But the last time NXT call up won, his career kind of didn't do much. You know, he had a lot of potential, but then won Money in the Bank and lost, cashing in. Very cool. And an uneventful U.S. title reign. And now he's in the Under the Giant Battle Royal again. And he's picking up a man that should have won last year's Under the Giant Battle Royal. It's Braun Strowman. This year, though, he's being thrusted into the tag team title picture for some reason. Winning the tag team battle royal a few weeks ago, he without a partner and teasing his partner. And we may not get it till Mania, because he teased his partner yet again, saying that his partner would take on one member of the Bar tonight after the Bar came out to talk a little bit about their supposed match with Strowman. So Strowman came to the back, and his music hit again, but he came out dressed like a Dudley boy. He had the Dudley-like glasses. And he had like a lab jacket calling him Brain Strowman. But then the rope was off, and he was beating up at the Bar before the Bar would eventually try to take out Strowman for a bit with a brogue kick from Sheamus. But then Strowman came back alive by throwing Sheamus over the top rope and taking out Cesaro too. As Strowman stood tall. So like I said, we're probably going to get a full review of his partner this Sunday at Mania. There's been a lot of speculation about who will it be. Will it be the returning Samoa Joe? I mean, he was backstage tonight. So was a lot of people backstage. Like Alicia Fox and James Storm. I heard he was just visiting though. And another one that I hope is not the case is Big Show. So much for his retirement. He signed a new contract. Now, storyline-wise, it'd be interesting to see Joe, not Joe. I would love to see Joe Strowman's partner better than Big Show. But storyline-wise, Big Show would be the kind of a logical choice because last time we saw Big Show was in a match against Strowman. A steel cage match. And it was a good cage match. And Strowman speared the hell out of Big Show, breaking the cage, and somewhat causing Big Show to get hip surgery, which we thought was his last match. Apparently it's not. So storyline-wise, it'd be perfect for Big Show to come back and be Strowman's partner, the guy that took him out for alleged retirement, and now being his friend. There would be a dominant force, though. You know, two big giants of guys. But I'd rather see Strowman and Elias or Strowman and Samoa Joe. We'll see who will be his partner. We kind of seen this storyline before. It didn't really hit me till like just now. We had a scenario Owen Hart had a tag team title match at WrestleMania 11. And he didn't have a partner. He didn't reveal his partner until Mania itself, which was Yokozuna. And they would end up being tag team champions for a while. And we're doing the same thing again. Strowman is not revealing his partner until Mania. See who it is. Meanwhile, going back to the Under the Giant Battle Royal, two participants in that Battle Royal would face off. As broken Matt Hardy would take on the Dust of Gold. Goldust. After a little promo exchange with the vignettes, like Gold did a little bit of push for a while with his heel turn. You know, with these vignettes and with him and all troop, they were really good, but the payoff sucked. We didn't see Goldust in a while. Now he's doing this promo again. Now this would be a good rivalry if they go all out. You know, they're both really cut the guys. If they would let Matt Hardy have a deletion match with Goldust would be great. And now they made a t-shirt, More of Lords. Anywho, I'll get a little match here. Goldust is offense in before being rendered obsolete with the twist of fate and the victory for broken Matt Hardy, deleting Goldust, and pray for there will be deleting the others in the Under the Giant Battle Royal this Sunday at WrestleMania. Now on to our next segment. John Cena in the last chance to call out The Undertaker. After weeks of intimidating Taker and calling out Taker for weeks and teasing him on social media, doing everything to call out Taker, trying to make him do something, like a clip or a lightning or anything. This was the moment we thought we were going to see Taker answer Cena. Now, I heard he wasn't backstage. So I'm like, okay, maybe they prepared some sort of video message from Taker. And in the last 3 weeks, nothing. Cena tried his best to rally the fans and make noise. And wanted to intimidate me even more by saying "dead man coming." And it was like some little foreshadowing by saying "dead man walking," "dead man walking," like a badass thing. And of course, the ultimate call was the end there, as the crowd was trying to rally Taker to do something. Cena's like, "Last year, Taker, you left your coat and your hat in the ring." Might be symbolism for going back to badass. Like, really think about it now. You know, we thought it was a retirement thing, but now maybe just transitioning back to badass, especially as trolling during Raw 25. Cena's like, you left your coat and hat in the ring, but you left your balls at home. So, that's it. No Taker. This match ain't happening. So, Cena is going to be a fan. For the first time in how many years, Cena's not wrestling, which is impossible to think. You know, well, the last time he had a proper match was Mania 32. Because he showed up during that Rock segment, that overlong Rock segment with Bray Wyatt at 32. So it wasn't really a match, it was like a segment. So it's the first time since Mania 32 we haven't had a proper Cena match. Unless they're just saving it for Sunday. Really? I thought they were going to save the whole Taker review for tonight. Now they're saving it till Sunday? But if nothing happens Sunday with Taker and Cena, or it leads to Mania 35, or they might not do that shit. Have this big build for Cena Taker only to say, oh, it's next year. Better not pull that shit. Better not pull that shit off. But if nothing happens at Mania, all this build for 4 months? What the? 4 weeks, not 4 months. All this build will be all for nothing. What the fuck was it for then? If nothing happens at Sunday. So, Taker Cena's not on? Or is it? Is it on Sunday? Or is it going to get like a stare down? I don't want a segment at Mania with these two. I want to pop a match at Mania. Not just Taker comes out and say, yes, Cena, next year. We can't have that again. You know, we had the Cena Walk thing. You know, they had a match revealed a year in advance. But now, they better not do that shit again. Well, we'll see how this all ends this Sunday. And hopefully the story did not end with this stupid ending in Atlanta tonight. But then we're on to a guy who we don't know what he's doing at Mania. Is he in the Battle Royal? Is he Strowman's partner? It's Elias. But Miami rumors now, they're trying to do a singing segment with The Rock. That would be cool. That would be cool. Anyways, Elias was about to sing a song about a dirtbag city, Atlanta. Heath Slater would come out, accompanied by Rhino. Rhino got beat up by Elias last week. Now it's Heath Slater starting to get his ass kicked. I like Rhino. He walked out with the shirt that I walk with Slater. Walk with Slater. WWS. But I like this. It was kind of funny. But Slater, who's got kids, tried to rally, but of course he got drifted away by Elias. So there you go. He's a little match, a little squasher. You know, he's probably in a battle royal along with Rhino, but we don't know, like I said, specifically about Elias' trajectory. Is he going to be the partner of Strowman? Is he going to do something with The Rock? We'll see how Elias ends up on the Mania card Sunday. Now on to an interview segment with Nia Jax. Trying to build up as a babyface now to challenge Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship this Sunday at Mania. They talk about how Alexa was lying to her and about being a bestie and, you know, making her feel like she was back in high school again, being bullied for her weight again, and having a little defiant speech, even saying the yes word, and having a little moment at the end saying that, Alexa, you're just a pathetic little girl that's going to be squashed like a bug this Sunday. The irresistible force will meet the immovable goddess of WWE. And speaking of the goddess, she will be teaming up with Mickie James against Dana Brooke, and a woman who kicked their ass in NXT. And how ironic is this? Talking about this undefeated streak that Asuka, who's taking on Charlotte this Sunday for the SmackDown Women's title, is teaming up with the woman that she first pinned in NXT, Dana Brooke. How full circle here. That Asuka would team up on the wall before the biggest match of her career against the woman that would eat the first pin of her huge undefeated streak. It almost cost her that streak because Dana was isolated the entire match for the most part. She was double teamed with the quick tagging of Alexa and Mickie. Crowd was chanting, "We want Asuka." Man, how far Dana's fallen down. You know, she had so much potential. You know, I like her tennis went wide though. You know, the moment she's had with them, but where the hell are they this week? We didn't see Titus or Apollo. They're both probably in the Battle Royal, under the Giant Battle Royal. But Dana will probably be in the Female Battle Royal too. Along with Mickie. So after the isolation game, with Dana being pummeled by Mickie and Alexa, she finally got the hot tag to Asuka and destroyed Bliss a bit before taking care of Mickie James and making a tap out to the Asuka lock once again. But then the beatdown was on from Alexa and Mickie onto Asuka before Dana tried to save, but then she got pummeled. And right on cue, here comes Nia. Almost got her hands on Alexa, but then Mickie would attack Nia before she got taken down with a Samoan drop. But when Alexa gets caught in by Asuka's now frenemy probably, Nia Jax, Nia will be getting a big pop when she finally gets her hands on Bliss this Sunday. So teasing it, and now it'll come to fruition this Sunday on the Mania main show, and hopefully Alexa gets longer than 5 minutes. As I just mentioned, she was in a match last year on Mania main show after initially being on the pre-show, but hopefully she'll get more time than during last year's Mania. I was making a little Facebook thing about a little Facebook thing about UFM losing. So, there you go. A little build up there. These are a little tag match here. A little bit isolation game for Dana. Asuka with the hot tag. Asuka, her momentum against Charlotte this Sunday. But they'll face off first in the Mixed Match Challenge final. And Charlotte will be teaming with Bobby Roode after initially missing the Mixed Match Challenge last week due to injury. But she said doing interviews because of a dental surgery, and she looked weird after it. But now she's healthy, weird to go. But who's going to... I think Bobby's going to eat the pin. Either Bobby or Miz will eat the pin in the finals of the Mixed Match Challenge tomorrow. They're not going to have Asuka lose to Charlotte just days before Mania. So, see how they're going to book that. How they're going to book it. So now on to our final segment. Involving the Universal Champion, Brock Lesnar, with Paul Heyman saying that they will not talk bad about Roman Reigns, especially being talked to Kurt Angle about doing so, about talking good things, because they don't want to blow the breakout and risk the Raw main event. It's not the main event, it's the Raw main event. The real main event is Asuka, not Asuka. Asuka should be a good main event if the bill was a little better, but Nakamura and AJ should be main event. Roman Lesnar, hashtag not my main event. Anyway, Lesnar came out with Heyman. There was a wall of WWE superstars blocking the entrance ramp. Like we did see Tyson White in there, along with the Revival, the Bar, Mr. Raj, blah, 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 blah. Trying to make sure Roman doesn't interfere. So as Heyman was doing his another promo, trying to talk good about Roman, saying that they're the two guys that beat the streak, and how ironic were in the place, the same stadium where Lesnar ended the streak of Taker, New Orleans, the Superdome, at Mania 30. 4 years later, he's taking on Roman for the Universal title. But then he was started making fun of Roman, saying they would never beat Lesnar for the Universal title, accept his fate of being obsolete, and say that he's just a little bitch. You're going to be Brock Lesnar's bitch. And right on cue, here comes Roman, being surrounded by this wall of superstars before talking down the dam, and like Moses parting the Red Sea. The Passover, we had Passover recently too. Passover and Easter the same weekend. Roman would part the wall of superstars and head out to the ring, steel chair in hand. And as we ready to beat up on Lesnar after being beat up by Lesnar the last few weeks, being pummeled with that said steel chair, Lesnar would run out, then get back in, and Roman's payback finally arrived. After being beat up for the last 2 weeks by Lesnar, brutally being beaten, even tossed off a stretcher, Roman got his one-uppins, as he would nail Lesnar with not one, not two, not three, but 4 Superman punches. And Lesnar would not take down until the 4th one. But as Roman was standing tall after a barrage of those Superman punches, holding the Universal title up in the air, Lesnar would leap back up, take out Roman with 1 F5, because that's all it takes. 1 F5. That's what it took to take out Samoa Joe. Took out Strowman. 1 F5. Doesn't matter how many suplexes you do. 1 F5 gets it done. They're trying to protect that move. That's why it only takes 1 F5 and done. So there you go. Lesnar would then reign supreme. But will he reign supreme this Sunday? Probably not. Especially when Heyman said, if Lesnar loses, he and I are gone for the WWE. A lot of those rumors flying with UFC stuff.
Tracy's new show just dropped, Sergeant Slaughter on TV. You want to talk about little Tracy?
What?
Little Tracy that we just come back tonight. New show.
Tracy Morgan?
Morgan on his new show. He just dropped Sergeant Slaughter. You look like Sergeant Slaughter's illegitimate son.
That's my dad talking about. My dad was watching the basketball game too, and he talked about this Tracy Morgan show. I had a little thing with Sergeant Slaughter this or something. Anywho, there's a lot of rumors about Lesnar leaving to go back to UFC. It's been boiling for the last couple months, especially Morgan mentioned it during his promos when Lesnar refused to show up to build this little feud up and make Roman look good, make Roman look strong, and make Roman get over. And actually tonight, Roman didn't get that much booze. We heard a lot of "Let's Go Roman" chants during the segment, but we didn't hear any "Roman sucks" chants. Won't be like that this Sunday in New Orleans, though. We will hear the "Roman sucks" chants, but we're gonna get more booed than usual, probably. But we'll see. We're gonna get a lot of boos tonight. Somewhat of their effort to make Roman look strong and make Roman get over. Have him get beat up by Lesnar, then let him come back to Raw before Mania. It kind of paid off. The fans cheered. I said last week, we're not fucking buying it. Some people are. But not the fans who are going to be there this Sunday. They're not buying it. Because they're international fans. So, see what goes down this Sunday with Wrestlemania. Now, I promise this time, I will make a prediction video for Wrestlemania. And it'll be a combo predictions video. Things will be kind of long. I apologize for it being long. Because it'll be predictions for both Wrestlemania and NXT TakeOver. So I hope to have that video up later in the week. And I promise I'll get it up this time. I haven't done a prediction video in a while. And I'm going to do one. For Mania and NXT TakeOver the same video. So I'll see you later for that. With that being said, you've been attacked by the review from Zach. See you later. Happy Mania Week, people! It's time for Mania. Yeah. Getting closer. See ya.